In my view, one of the primary reasons for the dynamics in the dating market stems from the inherent power imbalance that exists. This is evident when we look at the statistics on dating apps, where women tend to have a significantly higher likelihood of receiving matches compared to men. Men are the ones who actively seek, pursue, and chase after potential partners, while women have the ability to control access to themselves. Naturally, this gives women the luxury of being more selective when choosing their partners, especially in the context of online dating. However, I believe this selectivity extends beyond the online realm and applies to real-life interactions as well. Perceived social values also come into play. As a man, your attractiveness is likely to be impacted to a greater extent if you experience failures in social status, financial success, and other similar areas. In the current state of affairs, where many young individuals feel somewhat lost, lonely, or are struggling in various aspects of life, men tend to face a greater challenge in the dating market. This is because a significant portion of a man's attractiveness to women is often tied to these factors, more so than the other way around. It's essential to recognize these realities and understand the dynamics at play. While this may be disheartening for some men who find themselves at a disadvantage, acknowledging these underlying factors can lead to a better understanding of the dating landscape and potentially help individuals navigate it more effectively. The Pew Research Center recently released a thought-provoking study that delves into the increasing number of unpartnered individuals in America. The findings left many questions unanswered, but they did propose some possible explanations for this phenomenon. One intriguing aspect was the stark disparity between young men and young women. It turns out that young men are twice as likely to be single and unpartnered compared to their female counterparts. A staggering 66% of young men are not involved in relationships, whereas only 34% of young women find themselves in the same situation. So, what's causing this discrepancy? Well, it seems that young women are gravitating towards older men. They seek companionship with men in their early 30s who possess financial stability, maturity, and career advancement. These men have often completed their education, made progress in paying off their student loans, and acquired assets like homes or cars. For many women, these qualities are incredibly appealing and attractive. Numerous studies have shown that, on average, women still desire partners who can match or exceed their financial standing. The emphasis here lies on the if not more aspect. In today's dating market, the average woman between the ages of 18 and 29, and even beyond, desires men who can accumulate greater resources than themselves. They seek partners who can out-earn them. However, here's the challenge. As women have become increasingly financially independent, their preferences in selecting a mate haven't necessarily adapted or evolved alongside this newfound independence. Despite claiming that they don't need a man to cover their expenses, there is often an underlying expectation or desire to be with a man who earns more. As women continue to climb the economic ladder and achieve financial success, their expectations for a partner have also shifted. It seems that despite their own financial independence, they still desire a man who out-earns them. This mindset has a significant impact on young men today. Picture this. You're a woman fresh out of college, armed with a degree and a decent job that pays around 50 to 60 grand. You start looking around, whether it's among your college acquaintances or on dating platforms like Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge. And what do you notice? Fewer men have college degrees. This poses a dilemma for educated women who prefer partners with a similar level of education. Studies indicate that around 70 to 80% of women with college degrees are hesitant to date men without one. The gap between men and women in terms of college enrollment and graduation rates is expanding. Nowadays, the majority of college graduates are women, with only about 41 to 42% of graduates being men. This shift is a far cry from the 1960s and 70s, where the situation was reversed. During that era, it was women who comprised only 41 to 42% of college graduates. Now, the tables have turned, with fewer men pursuing higher education and attaining college degrees. This creates a challenge within the dating market, as women's selection preferences for a mate are becoming increasingly limited. The shrinking pool of men who meet the educational expectations of these successful women is undoubtedly a significant factor to consider. It raises questions about compatibility, shared goals, and the perceived social status that often accompanies educational attainment. These dynamics shape the dating landscape and contribute to the challenges faced by both men and women in forming meaningful connections. Let's delve into a fascinating thought. It's not just that men struggle with dating or finding partners, but we also face a significant challenge in building meaningful friendships with other men and establishing strong in-person social networks that women find attractive. Forget about those career-obsessed women. They've lost sight of the importance of marriage. However, most women are naturally drawn to men with good social standing, who are respected within their social circles. Women are inherently social creatures, and that's something we need to acknowledge. Here's the harsh reality. People, especially women, tend to see men as tools and means to get ahead in life. When things go haywire, and you find yourself in need of support, no one comes to your aid. Even the simplest of tasks become burdensome, and you're deemed expendable and replaceable. If you try to stick around, you're framed as the problem. It's time to move on, make new friends, and repeat the process. This issue extends beyond romantic relationships. The way people form and maintain friendships has become distorted and warped. Frankly, it's just not worth it. In the old days, video games used to provide an outlet for casual conversations and chance encounters, but even that has faded away. Let's face the black pill truth. Men must embark on an endless journey of self-improvement before they even stand a chance at being in a relationship. Meanwhile, women seem to effortlessly attract partners by simply existing. Spending time in nature or hanging out with the guys may help individuals who are already socially adept, but it won't solve the problem for men who have been socially isolated for so long that they've lost the ability to connect and engage with people. Profound social isolation is a modern-day issue that won't be remedied with a simple stroll through the forest. In essence, the majority of today's modern women desire men who surpass them in every crucial aspect of life. They seek partners who earn more, possess greater intelligence, have superior education, exhibit physical strength, and maintain emotional stability. It's encoded in their nature and genes. However, the question remains: what do they offer in return? Are they physically attractive, friendly, fit, feminine, and supportive? Unfortunately, in most cases, they fall short on these attributes and lack the motivation to work on themselves, as they believe their options are limitless. That's precisely why many remain single or end up divorced with children. By 2050, projections suggest that over 50% of women in their 30s will be single and childless. The problem is real, and the future appears bleak for both genders. Hypergamy lies at the heart of it all. I've been preaching this message for quite some time. We, as men, need to raise our expectations higher and stop giving women everything they want while sacrificing our own well-being. This isn't about seeking revenge or harboring ill will. It's about recognizing that women have an abundance of freedom in choosing their partners, allowing them to be exceptionally selective. Meanwhile, we, as men, continue to simp and sacrifice our true selves in order to be with a woman. This unhealthy dynamic harms both genders, and it's time to address it. In today's society, the presence of a significant number of disillusioned, frustrated young men poses a grave concern. This problem, if left unaddressed, has the potential to spiral into chaos and utter destruction. Being single and devoid of a partner is merely one aspect of the issue. Within the realm of modernity, young men experience a profound sense of emptiness. There is an absence of purpose, a lack of calling, and an inability to rationalize our existence. We merely exist day by day, indulging in fleeting pleasures that offer momentary gratification but fail to provide lasting fulfillment. Gone are the days of great adventures, of uncharted territories waiting to be discovered or explored. The absence of a great evil to be conquered leaves us adrift. From my observations, it appears that women perceive relationship as a loss if they are merely on par with their partner. If a woman cannot find a man who surpasses her in every aspect, be it accomplishments or possessions, then there seems to be no reason for her to invest her time and energy in him, except perhaps as a temporary amusement. It seems that only when women experience overwhelming desperation will their mindset shift. Thus, as a young man, it becomes increasingly difficult to view any physical relationship as anything other than a transaction. Engaging in any other pursuit in life seems more promising than longing for the illusory concept of romance. And that's a wrap for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you give that like button a massive high five, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my brand new video drops. Make sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until our paths cross again, cheers.